If you've experienced sudden pain underneath your great toe, it's probably turf toe. In this video, I'll tell you what it is and how to recover. Hello, welcome to the Physio channel. My name's Daniel Lawrence. So if you have pain under here and it hurts when you do this or this when you're walking, for example, then it's most likely that you have turf toe. The longer medical term is showing on the screen here. The condition is very common in sports like soccer, rugby and American football and is caused by this movement, hyperextension of the great toe, which can stress and tear the joint capsule and ligaments underneath the joint. When this happens, it will be painful under the ball of your foot. You may see some bruising after 24 hours and struggle to walk. Next, I'm going to show you how to reduce the pain and recover. But before we start, measure your pain-free great toe extension. Taking this simple measurement will help you track your recovery. You should be able to pull the toe into between 50 to 60 degrees of extension without pain. Of course, if you're suffering from turf toe, you'll probably get nowhere near this. But as you recover, you should be able to pull the toe, again pain-free, towards 50 to 60 degrees. Monitoring your ability to pull the toe pain-free into extension is a great way to monitor your recovery. Now I'm going to show you 5 effective pain relief techniques that you can do at home. We'll cover massage, mobilization, taping, footwear, and I'll show you how to make a customized orthotic. Turf toe often causes spasm and sensitivity in the foot muscles, so we're going to use a simple ball to massage the muscles under the foot. So here I'm using a purposely made trigger point massage ball. I'll put a link in the description. If you don't have one of these, then a lacrosse ball is popular, or a tennis ball, possibly a golf ball, but you might find that a bit firm. Place the ball in the arch of the foot, that's the longitudinal arch there. Put a little bit of pressure down over your knee with your hand, but not too much. And then very slowly roll the ball, reducing the pressure if you feel any undue discomfort. When you do this, it's most likely there'll be some tender points. What you do when you find any tender points is 1, reduce the pressure, and 2, sustain the pressure. Just hold that point until the pain starts to dissipate and until you feel the muscles in your foot start to let go and relax a bit. When that happens, proceed to roll a little bit further forwards. Don't roll the ball directly under the ball of the foot because of course that's the injured area and that will probably cause unnecessary pain. Instead, you're trying to target these flexor muscles underneath the foot. The next technique I'm going to show you is self-mobilization of the foot to help loosen up your foot, especially if it's become a bit stiff. So hold the heel, hold the front of the foot and twist the foot by moving the hands in opposite directions. Then hold around your foot, hold around your toe and gently pull your toe away from your foot as if you're trying to pull it off gently. This is called a distraction technique. And then from there, move the toe up and down. So you're doing a gliding action as if the toe's gliding up and down. So pull away, distraction, and then up and down. You can also pull away and pull it up into flexion. Be careful here because of course this was the mechanism of injury, but you can do that within a pain-free range. And then pull and flex down as well. Pull and flex down. Then pull and move around in circles. Stop doing these if they are at all painful. Otherwise, perform these actions for up to 30 seconds. Quick recap, that was the foot mobilization, the distraction with the glides, distraction with flexion and extension, and circumduction. Next, I'm going to show you a taping technique for turf toe using rock tape. All you need for this technique is some rock tape, I'll put a link in the description, and a decent pair of scissors. So you're going to take some rock tape. Here I've got some 5 centimeter wide rock tape. I'm going to measure that from underneath my great toe, down over the ball of the foot, and then up over the heel as well. I'm going to finish there because I know I'm going to stretch it a bit, so by the time I stretch the tape, it will come clearly up the back of the Achilles tendon. So I'll go ahead and cut the tape. Now, you've probably already realized that this tape is a little bit too wide to go over my big toe. So I need to cut it. What I'm going to do is cut it in half. Then I'll follow a few of the rock tape golden rules, such as rounding the ends of the tape to reduce the chances of it peeling off, making sure the skin is clean and dry on my foot, peel away the backing paper without touching the glue side of the tape, and then start that underneath my big toe. Technically called the great toe, but people often call it the big toe. Doesn't really matter too much. Now, from there, the tape is going to stop me from hyperextending the great toe. So therefore, we do want to stretch it. So once I've stuck it onto the pad of the toe there, I'm going to stretch the tape. How much? I'm going to say 75%. Okay, so give it a good stretch, not a full stretch, but a good stretch, up to 75%. Stick it down through the arch of the foot, over the heel, and then don't finish on the heel, otherwise it's likely to easily peel off when you're walking around. So do have the tape come a little bit further up, and therefore it will tuck in nicely into your sock and hopefully it won't come off. Once it's on, you may need to make sure it's fully stuck down. Give it a bit of a rub, that helps it to stick, activates the glue and gets that adhesive working nicely. When you're walking, the tape will slightly reduce your extension of your first metatarsal phalangeal joint and reduce the pain from turf toe. So I hope that helps. Let us know in the comments how you got on. Now, a couple of tips for you. You could try adding some extra stretch to the tape to further reduce the ability to extend that joint. Or as you recover, you could add less stretch to the tape, which would allow you to flex that joint further and start to restore a normal movement pattern as you recover from turf toe. If this helps, take the tape off at night time and reapply it the next day. Okay, the next topic is footwear. If you wear flexible footwear, it will probably aggravate your turf toe as it allows that joint to flex more. So what you want to do is wear stiffer footwear as you're recovering, as this will help you to walk with less pain. For the final piece of advice, I'm going to show you how to create a custom insole. Take an inexpensive insole that will fit your foot and your shoe. Place your foot over the insole. Use a pen to measure around your great toe and make a mark behind the ball of the foot joint. Connect up those points. Then take your scissors and cut away that material. So by cutting away and removing that piece of the insole, you create more space underneath the great toe and underneath that joint to allow the toe freer movement and take some of the stress off the capsule and ligaments, which should reduce your pain when you're walking. A couple of extra tips for you. If that works, you may get a greater effect by using a thicker insole to create more depth to that space. Also, remove the existing insoles from your shoes so that your feet don't get too squashed inside the shoe. Let me know in the comments how you got on, and please share this video with anybody else you know who has turf toe. Now, there are different severities of turf toe, and other things can cause pain in that region of the foot as well. So make sure this video doesn't replace some professional medical advice. Finally, if you're a massage, health or rehab professional and you'd like to start your own YouTube channel, then please check out the link in the description.